Okay, we have just finished the second of our anti-fascist write-athons. This one was held on the 4th of July. That was no accident. Let's recap a little, shall we?
Just getting started on our anti-fascist write-athon. This will be going all day long. Folks will be jumping in and out. Wish us luck. I'll be writing for the next 14 hours. Well, I'm 4 hours and only 1,400 words into the anti-fascist write-a-thon, so a slow start, but making progress, and I plan to continue until midnight, so, hopefully I'll turn up the pace a little bit. Please consider donating to the anti-fascist write-a-thon. You can plug my name in there or just give to the cause, or support one of the many other authors who are here in the Zoom with me, or will be joining us at Bold Coffee and Books later on today. That your donation then goes to support the poets and authors who participate in the Antifa Lit Journal, our biannual journal that comes out from Not a Pipe Publishing. So please consider making a donation to people who are using their voices to fight back. Here are all the folks who are here in bold participating in the anti-fascist write-a-thon, and let's go through the folks who are on here first and have you introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Karen Eisenbray. I'm writing from Seattle. And today I wrote a post for my band name blog. I revised a short story that I think might fit in the next Antifa Lit Journal. I added a chapter to a book that I'm very slowly writing. So far, I've only worked on it in write-a-thons over the last several years. And now I am editing the fourth book in my Tales from Deep River fantasy series.
I'm Raven Oak. I'm a spec fic author and artist in now Whidbey Island, Washington. I have boxes behind me because we literally just moved into our house last week, and my office is a mess. I have been revising and doing some small rewrites on a cozy urban fantasy mystery, book one in a 9-book series. And I've also been writing the author's note at the back so that I can get some word count in. And that's basically what I'm working on today.
I'm Adam Lipscomb, living in Decatur, Georgia, and my main project today is working on a draft of a fantasy heist novel. When I get bored with that, I jump over to writing poem or working on some short stories that I've got stewing as well.
I'm Roslyn. I'm a fantasy writer and student. Right now, I'm working on a fantasy comic script, and I'm communicating from my beta readers.
Excellent.
And I'm coming from Tualatin, Oregon.
Oh, okay, good. Glad to have you here. We have one author from Ireland, but it got quite late there, so she may have gone to bed.
Hi, I'm Michelle, and I'm taking a break from my originally scheduled fantasy writing to work through a journaling game for the day, which is a I was in Vancouver, Washington.
Good. Excellent.
I'm Nate. I'm from the Portland area, and I'm a prolific poet, and I've been completing off political stuff with my poetries, including other poems I wrote today. So.
Oh, excellent. Good.
Hi, I'm Cameron. I'm from Seattle, Washington, but living in Portland, Oregon. I have been working on a comic that is a murder mystery type thing. The superheroes.
Good deal.
Hi, my name's Ponderosa. I'm from Gresham, Oregon. I am currently working on a poetry collection and a cyberpunk coming-of-age crime thriller.
Cool. Are you?
Sure, yeah. I write satire. So I've been writing novels for a while. I just wrote a book, so I've been trying to kind of market that and looking at
Which are you on the revision phase, or is that done and ready and already going out?
Yeah, that part's done. I have it at University of Health Press now, but I'm
excellent.
looking for like agents. It's hard to kind of do the literary thing, and there's the politics and everything going on, so it's kind of weird. But,
but University of Health's good people, so that's you've got a good press there. So shout out to University of Health. Well, we are at Bold Coffee and Books, and I want to make sure that everybody who I'll post this video tomorrow, but everybody who is seeing it knows, please come support Bold, because they were generous enough to host us on a day when they would have otherwise been closed. So if you are seeing this video, come into Bold, get a beverage, get a book. They have an amazing selection here, and thanks to them for doing this. Yes, we very much appreciate Bold, and just having a cool place where you should see like the t-shirts and stickers they have in here. Like this is a cool place. So.
And they're very supportive of writers, too.
Exactly. Yes, there are a bunch of writers groups. You were here yesterday for the Rose City Science Fiction and Fantasy Writers Association. Meets here on a bunch of places, but one of their meetings weekly is here. How is it going for everybody?
It's good. Since I'm mostly editing, word count doesn't mean very much, but I'm at around 1,400 words over several projects.
So you've edited more than
tinkering.
Excellent. Good. How about you've already written one poem that's complete?
I've actually written 2 poems today.
That's a good day.
About 500 words.
In just the time we've been here, that's really good.
I got to 4 pages. The comic script isn't as impressive as the novelist, but
It's a different measure, so that's not bad at all. That's good.
I have not actually sat down to start the manuscript of the novel yet, which I was able to do. So 170 words, while I think that's a small amount, is pretty big considering the writer's block I just pushed past.
Yes, you broke through. That's more important. Yes, awesome. How about you? How's it coming?
Well, I'm outlining a new project, so I've got the main thing and then doing that. So
How about you folks? Adam, how's it coming?
Almost 3,800 words.
Oh, that's great. And Adam is a poet, but he's working on prose as well. I mean, he writes both. And so you can tell, 3,800 words, prose day.
I wasn't necessarily looking at my word count while I was writing, but I did overcome some writer's block because of this, so that is progress.
Well, I'm doing a lot of revisions like Karen, but I've still managed to do about 100 words in the past hour, so I consider that progress.
Yes, a good half hour. Excellent.
I'm Atticus. I'm just working on some editing for a novel. It's a fantasy adventure. Hi, I'm Ren. I'm working on a fiction podcast.
Very cool. Is it like a regular podcast? Do you submit just one story, or do you run the whole podcast?
So this is a backstory for one of the characters in it. They're technically separate stories.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, thank you all for being here. Okay, I'm about 2/3 of the way through my my day for the Anti-Fascist Write-athon, and I don't have a word count. I didn't write down. I didn't remember. I didn't do the little counter for my word count so far, but I have something better than word count, and that is I just got to meet some wonderful people. So I was working at Bold Coffee and Bold Coffee and Books is a bookstore and coffee shop here in Portland that agreed to host us. And these folks were wonderful. And the employees, you know, they were adding hours to their day on the 4th of July to be willing to host us for this. And I was talking to one of the great people there at Bold, and she was telling me this kind of restored some of her faith in humanity to see these wonderful writers who were coming together to speak out and say, I'm investing my time, right, in speaking out in this way on this day. So I couldn't agree more. These folks were great. If I sound like I have been chugging Red Bull while writing, it's because I just chugged a Red Bull while writing. But I genuinely am moved by the just caliber of human beings that I just got to meet there at Bold, and the wonderful folks who are on the Zoom. These are, you know, in addition to being talented writers, just high quality human beings. So thanks to all the folks who have been participating so far, and thanks to those of you who have been donating to the Anti-Fascist Write-athon on behalf of the poets and writers who are included in the Antifa Lit Journal.
Okay, folks. So I have finished with the Anti-Fascist Write-athon for the day. I am tapping out. I started at 8 a.m. It is now 2 a.m. I don't know how long that is because it's late and my brain is done, but that's a long time. I wrote, let's see, I'm looking here, 5,915 words today. That sounds decent, but it's actually not great. I have not been particularly productive in the last couple of hours. I'm still awake because I got so loaded up on caffeine in order to get this far that I'm still wired and useless. For point of reference, back in January for our first Anti-Fascist Write-athon, I set a goal to write for 24 hours, and I managed that, and I wrote 12,124 words. So this has been more than half of that amount of time, but about half of that many words. So not my greatest writing accomplishment, but the best thing that happened today was that I got to meet some really fantastic authors that I had never met before. Many of them participated online via Zoom, and many of them were in person at Bold Coffee and Books, which was generous enough to have us. And that was the high point of the whole experience for me, was getting to network with other folks who are feeling like using their voices to speak out in this time. And it is just heartening to know that we are not alone, right? C.S. Lewis said, we read to know we are not alone, but I am grateful to get to write with these writers to know that I am not alone in this. So thanks to all of the people who participated. Thanks to everyone who donated today to the Antifa Lit Journal. Those uh, donations will go directly to the poets and authors who contribute short fiction and poetry to the Antifa Lit Journal. So thank you all so much for your donations. It is not too late to donate. If you see this and you want to toss in $1 or more, that would be really wonderful for those people who are contributors to that journal. Thank you again. Oh, I should mention, we chose our next date. So back in January, we just put it to the group and we said, when should we do our Anti-Fascist Write-athon? And people said, I'm not feeling like doing a whole lot of flag waving on 4th of July this year, understandably. And so we agreed to do this on the 4th of July, which was very cool to make this a memorable sesquicentennial. What were we doing? We were writing together about the future we want to have. And so I put it to the group again today. And one of the folks I'd never met before, one of the new authors who came to Bold Coffee and Books, said we should do this again before Election Day, which I thought was a great idea. And so that, ups our timeline a little bit. I was thinking 2 of these a year, but maybe we'll have time for a fourth, because we'll get that third in at least. And so we'll do that on the Sunday before Election Day. Keep an eye out for that if you would like to participate. We'd love to keep growing this because it's if you're a writer and you want to find your people, this is a great way to get to meet other authors. So again, thanks to everyone who participated. Thanks to the donors, and thank you for cheering me on as I wrote. And I hope you're not disappointed by my less than 6,000 words in so many hours. I did my best. I'm very tired.